What if I told you that Prince once stopped his limousine in the middle of Minneapolis traffic, not because of car trouble, but because a homeless kid was playing his song on a broken guitar? That one moment of humility turned a funeral fund into a Grammy career and proved that legends are made on streets, not just stages. The 12th of November, 1995, 6:47 p.m. Hennepin Avenue, downtown Minneapolis, 38 degrees. Rain mixed with sleet, rush hour traffic crawled. People walked fast, heads down, collars up. On the corner of Hennepin and 7th, a 17-year-old sat on a milk crate with a guitar. Jamal Rivers, jacket too thin, sneakers with holes. The guitar worse, beat up acoustic, 2 broken strings, duct tape holding the neck, crack through the body. But he was playing anyway, not loud, not flashy, just playing. His fingers moved with gentleness that didn't match the roughness of everything else. Eyes closed, rain dripped from his hair, ran down his face. He didn't seem to notice. He was playing Purple Rain. The notes came out broken and beautiful, like a prayer said by someone who has forgotten half the words, but remembers all the feeling. Passers-by dropped change, quarters, dimes, $1. Most didn't stop, just tossed their offering and kept moving. Jamal didn't look up, just kept playing. Same song over and over. 3 blocks away, a black limousine sat in traffic. Inside, Prince reviewed session notes. Running late, traffic wasn't moving. His driver, Marcus, drummed fingers on the wheel. "We could take nickel 8, Marcus suggested. Prince didn't answer. He was staring out the window, frowning. "You hear that?" Marcus listened. "Hear what?" "That guitar." Through rain, traffic noise, sealed windows, Prince had somehow heard 6 broken strings playing his song 3 blocks away. "Pull over." Marcus glanced in the mirror. "We're late for the session." I said pull over. The limousine eased to the curb, and Prince stared through rain-streaked glass at the kid on the milk crate. 17, soaking wet, playing Purple Rain on a guitar that looked like it had been through a war. Inside that warm car, Prince saw something that made him forget he was a superstar. He saw himself 20 years younger. Before anyone knew his name, Prince reached for the door. "Wait," Marcus said. "You are just gonna walk out there. People will recognize you." Prince was already opening the door, that is the point. Jamal was halfway through the chorus when he noticed the black limousine. He'd seen fancy cars on Hennepin. They never stopped. Just drove past, windows up, pretending the street didn't exist. But this one had stopped. The back door was opening. A man stepped out, small frame, purple shirt under black coat. Sunglasses even though it was dark and raining. He walked across the sidewalk with confidence that made people step aside without thinking. Jamal kept playing. He'd learned not to make eye contact with people who looked too interested. Safer to keep your head down. The man stopped 3 feet away, listening. Jamal finished the verse. His fingers fumbled on the bridge. Broken strings made some chords impossible. He improvised around them. "You are playing my song," the man said. Jamal looked up. Really looked. The sunglasses, the purple shirt, the way he stood. Jamal's fingers froze. The guitar went silent. Rain drummed. Traffic hissed. Yeah," Jamal managed. "I am sorry. I can play something else." "Why are you sorry?" Jamal didn't know how to answer. Have you ever met someone whose presence made you realize how small you'd been thinking about your own life? Prince crouched down. Not stood over him. Crouched eye level. Rain soaked into his coat. "How long you been playing?" 5 years, taught myself." "Who taught you that song?" "My dad." Jamal's voice caught. "He loved your music, played it every Sunday morning loud. Neighbors complained. He didn't care." Prince noticed the past tense, used to. Jamal looked down. Water dripped from the strings. "He died 3 weeks ago. Heart attack, 42. Something in Prince's expression shifted, and Jamal realized this wasn't just a chance encounter. It was the beginning of something that would change everything. Prince was quiet. Then, "What is your name?" "Jamal." "Jamal Rivers." "Well, Jamal Rivers, you are playing my song in the rain with a guitar that is barely holding together. Why?" The truth felt too heavy. But something about the way Prince was looking at him made him answer honestly. Funeral costs. My mom's working doubles at the hospital, but it is not enough. Been playing here 2 weeks. Made about 300. Need another 700. Prince nodded slowly. He touched the guitar. His fingers traced the crack, the duct tape, the missing strings. This thing even stay in tune. Barely, but you are playing it anyway. It is all I got. Prince stood, looked at the traffic, looked at the sky, looked back at Jamal. You know what I did before anyone knew who I was. I played on streets. Different streets. Same rain. Same people walking past like I didn't exist. You know what I learned? The people who stop and listen, even when you've got nothing, even when you sound like shit, those are the only people who matter. And right now, I am stopping. Marcus was watching, confused. Prince gestured. Marcus popped the trunk. What are you doing? Jamal asked. Prince walked to the back, reached inside. When he came back, he was holding a guitar case. Prince knelt and opened the case. Inside was a custom purple acoustic. Pearl inlays. Perfect finish. The kind of instrument that cost more than Jamal's entire life. This is one of my backups. Had it made in '92, barely played it. Prince lifted it out carefully. I am not giving it to you. Yet first, you are going to play for me. Really play. I want to hear what you sound like when the instrument works. He held out the guitar. Jamal's hand shook as he took it. The weight. The balance. Strings that weren't rusted and broken. He positioned it across his lap. What should I play? Some AIM song from the top. Don't hold back. Jamal took a breath, started to play. This time, notes came out clear. Pure. Every chord rang right. The rain kept falling, but it didn't matter. Traffic kept moving, but it faded. Just the music. And then Prince started singing. Not loud, not performing. Just singing along, quiet and true. His voice weaving around Jamal's guitar like they'd rehearsed this 1,000 times. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. They played together, a legend and a street kid, on a corner, in the rain. In that moment, there was no limousine, no broken guitar, no difference between fame and anonymity. Just two musicians speaking the same language. People started to notice. A woman with a dog stopped, a couple waiting for the bus. A delivery driver parked and got out. A group of teenagers crossed the street. By the time they reached the bridge, 20 people had formed a semicircle. By the final chorus, at least 50. Nobody was taking pictures. Nobody was screaming. They were just listening. The way you listen when something real is happening, and you know you'll never see it again. When the song ended, Prince held up his hand before anyone could applaud. One more, your choice. Jamal didn't hesitate. He started Nothing Compares to You, slower than the original, more raw, like he was playing it for his father. Prince closed his eyes, just listened. When it ended, the crowd erupted, not screaming, respectful applause. The kind you give when you've witnessed something special. Prince took the guitar, placed it in the case, closed the latches, picked it up and handed it to Jamal. It is yours. I can't, you can. That guitar deserves someone who plays it like they mean it, and you mean it. Jamal's eyes filled with tears. Prince pulled out his wallet, took out $700 bills, put them in Jamal's case. For your dad. Then he pulled out a business card. When you are ready, really ready, not next week, but when you've put in the work, you call that number. What comes next? Prince smiled, and in that smile was a promise that would reshape Jamal's entire understanding of what his life could become. That depends on you. Prince walked back to the limousine, paused at the door, turned Jamal. Yeah? Your dad would be proud. Then he got in. The door closed. The limousine disappeared. Jamal sat holding a guitar worth more than his mom made in 6 months, with $700 and a business card that felt heavier than both. The crowd dispersed. A few people dropped more money. One old man said, I saw James Brown once, outside the Apollo. This was like that. When everyone was gone, Jamal looked at the guitar. ran his fingers along the pearl inlays. In the street lamp light, he saw something engraved on the headstock. Small letters, easy to miss. Music is everywhere. So are you. P. Jamal sat in the rain for another hour. Not playing, just holding the guitar. Thinking about his dad, about Purple Rain on Sunday mornings, about a limousine that stopped when it should have kept going. When he finally packed up, he left his old guitar on the milk crate with a note, free, broken but still sings. By morning, it was gone. The story spread fast. By the next day, every musician in Minneapolis had heard. Prince stopped his car. Prince played on Hennepin. Prince gave away a guitar. Local news picked it up, but they got it wrong, made it sound like a publicity stunt. The people who were there knew better. They weren't performing for fame or applause. They were just two people who understood that music doesn't need a stage to matter. Jamal kept the business card, didn't call for 3 years. He finished high school, got a job at a music store, practiced 6 hours a day, learned production software, made beats in his mom's basement. He played that purple acoustic until his fingers bled. Then played some more. When he finally felt ready, really ready, he called Paisley Park Studios. "Hi, my name is Jamal Rivers. Prince gave me this number 3 years ago on Hennepin Avenue. He said to call when I was ready." Pause. "Hold, please." The hold music was The Beautiful Ones. After 2 minutes, a different voice. "Took you long enough," Prince said. And just like that, Jamal's life split into 2 chapters, before the call and everything that came after. "Took you long enough," Prince said. Jamal gripped the phone. 3 years of practice, 3 years of doubt, 3 years wondering if that card was real. "I wanted to be ready. You told me to wait until I was really ready. And are you?" "I don't know, but I can't wait anymore." Prince laughed, understanding. "That is the only answer that matters. Be here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Don't be late." The line went dead. The next morning, Jamal stood outside Paisley Park at 8:45. He'd taken 3 buses, the purple acoustic on his back. Barely slept. Hands wouldn't stop shaking. At 9 o'clock, the gates opened. A woman walked out. "Jamal Rivers?" "Yes, ma'am." "He is waiting. Studio C." Inside, Paisley Park was everything Jamal imagined, and nothing he was prepared for. Purple everywhere. Gold records. The smell of coffee and creativity. They walked past photographs. Prince with Miles Davis. Prince with James Brown. Jamal felt smaller with every step. Studio C. The woman knocked, opened the door. Prince sat at a mixing board, headphones around his neck. He looked up. "You brought the guitar." "You said." "I didn't say anything about the guitar. I wanted to see if you'd bring it." Prince gestured to a chair. "Sit. Play me something new. Not mine, yours." Jamal sat, opened the case. The purple acoustic still perfect. He'd taken better care of that guitar than himself. He played a melody he'd written, called it Sunday Morning because that is when his dad used to play Prince records. Just the two of them. Before the heart attack, Prince closed his eyes, listened, didn't move, didn't speak. When Jamal finished, silence stretched. Then Prince opened his eyes. "Again, slower, and stop trying to impress me, just play." Jamal played again, slower, stopped thinking, just felt. Prince nodded. "That is better. You've got something, raw, unrefined, but it is there." He stood. "You know what separates musicians who make it from musicians who don't? Talent. Everybody's got talent. Walk down Hennepin any night. You'll find 50 people with talent. You know what they don't have? The ability to show up every day when nobody's watching, when nobody cares. That is what I saw in you. You weren't playing for me that night. You were playing because you had to." It wasn't praise that changed Jamal. It was being seen, truly seen, by someone who understood what music cost. Prince walked to a keyboard. "You know anything about production?" "A little. Teaching myself." "Not like this, though. Software doesn't matter. Gear doesn't matter. Can you hear what is missing? Can you hear the space between notes?" He played a simple progression. "Listen, what does this need?" Jamal listened. Bass, low and slow, and maybe strings. something high, like a thread holding it together. Prince smiled. First real smile. You've got ears, that is rare. You want to work here. You start at the bottom, make coffee, clean cables, watch and learn. I don't pay much, but you'll learn more in 6 months than 4 years anywhere else. When do I start? You already did. Coffee machines in the break room. I take mine black. Don't let it get cold. 20 years is long enough for legends to die. Long enough for street kids to become Grammy winners. Long enough for a purple guitar to become a symbol. Jamal Rivers stood in Studio C at Paisley Park. 37 now. Producer credits on platinum albums. 3 Grammy nominations. 1 win. His name in small letters on covers millions owned. But none of that compared to this. He stood before a framed display on the wall. Inside was the purple acoustic. Pearl inlays still perfect. Finish still gleaming. Below it, a plaque. Given by Prince to Jamal Rivers, the 12th of November, 1995, Hennepin Avenue, Minneapolis. Music is everywhere. So are you. A young intern walked in. 19 nervous guitar case covered in stickers. Mr. Rivers, I am supposed to. Jamal, just Jamal, he turned. You are the kid from St. Paul, the one who sent me that demo. Yes, I am just, this is Paisley Park, and you are, you. Jamal smiled. He'd said those same words in this same room. What is your name? Marcus Chen. You know why you are here? You said my demo reminded you of something. Jamal walked to the mixing board, pulled up a file. Hit play, raw sound. Unpolished, voice and guitar. Nothing else, but something in it, something real. You recorded this in your bedroom? Yay, on my phone. Sorry about the quality. Don't apologize. You know what I heard. Someone who plays because they have to. Not to impress anyone. Not for fame. Because the music is the only thing that makes sense. Jamal turned. That is rare. Worth more than any equipment or studio time. 20 years ago, someone had said almost those exact words to Jamal. And now he was passing them forward. The way music always demanded to be shared. Marcus's eyes went to the guitar. Is that the guitar from the story? You heard? Everyone's heard. Some say it is not even true. It is true. Every word. You know the crazy part. I almost didn't call. Kept that card 3 years because I was scared. Scared I wasn't good enough, scared I'd waste his time. What changed? I realized fear never goes away. You just play louder than it. You want to work here, learn production. More than anything. Good coffee machines in the break room. I take mine black. Don't let it get cold. Marcus's face lit up. That is what he said to you. That is not a story. That is how it starts. Now go. Bring your guitar when you come back. I want to hear what you sound like when you stop trying to impress me. Marcus ran out. Jamal stood alone. He pulled out his phone, found a photo from 15 years ago. Prince and Jamal in this studio. Prince's arm around his shoulders. Both smiling. Prince was gone now. The 21st of April, 2016. But not for Jamal. The music was still here. In this room. In that guitar. In every kid who walked through those doors with more dreams than sense and a fire that wouldn't quit. Every year on the 12th of November, musicians gathered at Hennepin and 7th. They brought guitars, keyboards, drums, voices. They played Prince songs, their own songs, for free. For each other, for the memory of a limousine that stopped. Jamal always showed up. This year was the 25th anniversary. The corner was packed, 200 people. Young kids not born yet in 1995. Old-timers who'd played Minneapolis streets for 40 years. Jamal stood at the edge. He'd brought the purple acoustic. First time out of Paisley Park in 2 decades. Someone recognized him. Word spread, people made room. A path opened. Someone called. Jamal walked to the middle. Saturday on a milk crate, positioned the guitar. He wasn't the scared 17-year-old playing for funeral money anymore. But part of him would always be that kid, and that is exactly who he played for now. He started Purple Rain. Same as that night, but different. Everything was different. The crowd sang along, not loud, respectful. Like they understood this wasn't performance. It was memorial. Thank you. Passing something sacred. When he finished, Jamal spoke. 25 years ago, I was sitting right here, trying to raise money for my dad's funeral. And a limousine stopped. Prince got out. He didn't have to. He was late, tired, had better things to do, but he stopped. And he played with me, and he gave me this guitar, and he gave me a chance. Not because I was talented, not because I was special, because he understood something I didn't. Music doesn't care who you are, where you are from. If you are playing in an arena or on a street corner, music just wants to be played. And the people who understand that, really understand it, those are the people who change the world. He held up the guitar. Prince changed my world, not because he made me famous, because he showed me that music is everywhere. And so are we, all of us. Every person here, you matter. Your music matters whether anyone's listening or not. Silence, then applause. Not for Jamal, for the idea, for the possibility, for the kid they used to be or still were. A true legend doesn't teach you to follow their path. They teach you to find your own. And Prince's greatest gift wasn't the guitar. It was the permission to believe his own music mattered. After the gathering, Jamal walked to his car. Found a kid on the curb, maybe 16, guitar across his lap, worn sneakers, thin jacket. Jamal stopped. You play. The kid looked up, trying to. Not very good yet. Let me hear. The kid played. Rough, unpolished, but something there. Something real. Jamal pulled out a business card. When you are ready, really ready, you call that number. The kid stared. This is Paisley Park. That is right. Why would you? Because 25 years ago someone did the same for me. Now it is my turn. A true legend doesn't fade. They echo. Share this story. Because music ends, but its echo never dies. And somewhere tonight on a street corner you'll never see, someone's playing a song that might change their life. If they're brave enough to keep going when it gets cold and the rain starts falling. Jamal walked to his car, the purple acoustic in its case. The memory still fresh. Not in his mind, in his fingers, in his heart. In the way he listened to every kid who walked into Paisley Park carrying more dreams than sense. Prince was gone, but the lesson remained. Music is everywhere. And so are you.